I could put you in the brig for what you've done, but I won't do it.
Hey, this is the Talking Dicks, Al Romas in Tampa, Al Ducharme, Studio City, California. Test 1, 2, 3, test. What's going on, Al?
That should have been taken care of before the cameras were rolling.
Well,
test 1, 2, 3. Are we on?
All right. Well, we'll start again. Give me another.
No, let it roll. Let it roll.
Let it roll like a toilet paper. Let it roll.
Talking Dicks are nothing but organic.
That's right.
We love organic.
Yes.
No process.
So we're all full audio on Facebook, and the only way you can see the video version of this, the better version, is to support us as little as $5 a month at patreon.com/the2dicks.
That's right.
That's right.
You can see my new location. I have a different location today than I had previously. Well, I've been all over the map. You haven't been out of the studio yet. I've been a couple of different spots in Florida. I've been a couple of different. I had the merch closet for months, and now I'm outside on a patio, hoping the sun will dip down, and my earbud just fell out. And
that's okay. But on the contrary, this is a new location for me. This is upstairs in my office.
Yeah.
Normally I do it downstairs in my living room with my big screen, but we're trying to make a little studio action here. And he said that I have a new chair, a new office chair. He says that I look like Christopher Reeves in my
it's a combination of Chris Reeves, Stephen Hawking. You're very stiff, if you know what I mean. Hey,
welcome to the Talking Dicks.
A little trivia for the people who have seen the Two Dicks. Our very first episode, the interrogation on the Allure of the Seas. You were battling a very stiff neck.
I did. Day. I had a two pinched. I don't know which discs they are. Two pinched nerves in my disc, and it was sending pain all the way down my back and down the back of my leg. And I was on medication, but I couldn't move. I was very robotic. And if you look at it again, go look at it right now so we get more views. But you'll see me. I'm like,
yeah.
And I was actually in pain when we shot them.
Remember the Little Rascals? That kid had the stiff neck in school.
I don't go that far back.
And the Rascals were trying They were trying to make him turn his head all the time.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Little Rascals? No, too young. All right. Well, it was a good time.
I know who the Little Rascals are, but I just didn't really follow them.
You don't remember the episode, is what you're saying.
I saw like little clips of it on a Saturday. They were like in between movies or something. So, but there was buckwheat. There was buckwheat, and the real reason why I know who buckwheat is because of Eddie Murphy did the character on Saturday Night Live.
Right. Named after, I believe, a cereal. I think that was buckwheat was some kind of a breakfast thing, and they named the character after the breakfast. You know.
Right.
I don't think those names would. I don't think they'd fly today. Stymie and buckwheat, and I don't know if we could get and chubby. I don't know.
Politically incorrect. Politically incorrect.
You got a fat kid. What do we name him? Hey, he's chubby. You know, I don't.
So when I look at you from this angle, it looks like we're having a real conversation, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So the next episode, I'm gonna put the mic on this side so that I can have it here. Otherwise, you lose me a little bit. You lose my volume.
Again, these things could have been worked out in pre-production, but that's fine. Don't worry about it.
He just puts his phone on and goes. I got
a cup of Joe.
I have two cameras. I've got lights. I got computers. I got recorders. I have a monitor.
A shirt. I went with the shirt, a hat. I set up my microphone. I've got a cup of Joe. It's not that, it's not that easy.
I had to put the backdrop up, which is crooked today. The F is for Family AIDS quilt.
Yeah, it always looks good though. We like seeing it. Remember that kid who played Chubby? Remember that character, Chubby? And what was his name when he was in love with the teacher? Oh, Norman. Remember she would call him, she goes, don't call me Chubby, call me... No, his name was Norman. Do you remember this, Alfred?
On what show? No. What are we talking about?
We're talking Little Rascals. We're staying with Little Rascals.
It's a one-sided conversation. I'm not...
You really don't remember the Rascals?
It's not that I don't remember. It was, when you saw it was... They were like movie theater reels.
Well, when I saw it, I saw it on Channel 11 in New York on, Saturday morning. They were, But the teacher called him Chubby.
Mm-hmm.
Called him Norman. That was the point. His name was
His real name was Norman. And
but he liked to be called Chubby, and then she would go, Norman,
Norman, stay away from those dicks.
And you go, don't call me chubby. Call me Chubsy Ubsy.
Chubsy Ubsy. Okay. So he was, what was he doing? He was owning the word. He was taking it back.
Well, he thought it was cute, and he was trying to hit on Miss Crabtree, the teacher. And she didn't realize it. He was making his move. And every time she was like, Norman, he was like, don't call me Norman. Call me Chubsy Ubsy. He thought it was cute. And then, meanwhile, we're watching, a 40-year-old teacher and a 12-year-old boy on Saturday morning. It was good times.
It was a little inappropriate. Pamela Smart comes to mind. She was the teacher who had the romantic affair with two of her students and hired them to off her husband.
That's right. To Die For, I believe, was the movie.
Right.
It was a good flick.
Yeah.
Wasn't that? Who was that? Was that
know.
Nicole Kidman? I believe.
I think it was Nicole Kidman.
They did her a favor. If you Google old Pam Smart, she ain't no Nicole Kidman. I'll tell you that much. You know what I'm saying?
But she was cougar material at the time. Was she cougar material for the horny 17-year-olds?
I think before the term was even there. I don't think we had cougar. And I remember. Do you remember the first time hearing the term cougar?
Probably just an automobile reference.
No, in meaning an older.
I know what you
woman.
mean, but I always do that shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm just, but I can't tell if you mean.
I just posted a video of like a 1967 Cougar with my wife Bernadette posing next to it.
Right, I saw that.
So I'll post it here for a sec. One of these Cougars is more desirable than the other. Cougar Town. But
I hit like on it, because that's the way things are supposed to be done in this world, this civilization. I hit like, you know what I mean? When you see something that someone made and created.
Put effort into it. Right. Like this particular podcast, whether you're listening to it or watching the video or a combination thereof, and you get to the end or the middle or even a minute in, you should hit like.
It's not hard.
Did you see the stupid joke that I did yesterday about dialing 1 before the area code on a cell phone?
Yeah, not a bad joke.
Tons of likes. Tons.
Well,
and I don't get it. And here we'll get we get 3 to 7.
We've tried to figure it out.
We can't figure it out.
Beyond our
And then we bump into people and they go, "Oh my God, I love that episode where you talked about the such and such." And then I go and look and I'm like, "You didn't hit like."
They seem to listen and watch. People do watch. I remember being on a cruise ship and the cruise director was named Rico. I don't know if you remember Rico back in the day.
I do.
And I was walking up the stairs.
He was one of the little rascals.
Hey now, I was walking up to the disco. And he was walking down, and we passed each other, and I go, "Hey, how's it go? What's going on up there? Anything?" And he goes, "Nah, just a couple of cougars." I had never heard the term. I didn't know what he meant, but I didn't want to act like I didn't know what he meant. So I go, "Oh, yeah."
You wanted to be in the know, in the now.
And then I walked up, and it was, now, I'm probably older now than they were, you know what I mean? Right. But at the time, they were like 45 or something, and they were sitting there having a drink, and I'm like, "There's two women here. What is he? Oh, cougar? This is, okay." Yeah, and then the next day, it seemed like everybody knew that term. One of those things.
Yeah, I always feel like I'm the last person to know about this stuff. And then when I'll say, "Oh, what does that mean?" And someone will go, "Oh, you don't know what it means? What are you, living under a rock?" And then I realize it's like just a few months old.
I wouldn't hang out with that guy who talks that way.
Well, it was my father.
Oh, well, all right. Hey
now. I was going to ask you, how did the Halloween go for you?
I stayed in my Two Dicks costume and opened the door and faked arresting small children for being out in the pandemic.
All right.
So yeah. No, I generally will try to hide and keep the lights off and and then eat candy by myself naked and under the couch.
Right. I don't go total nude. I just do the boxer shorts and I push my belly out further. I push out my pandemic belly. I push it out further than it normally is. And then I go, "What do you want?" And I'll be eating like a chicken leg or something.
I'm surprised you have a pandemic belly after telling us the wife wasn't exactly handy in the kitchen.
She's the first one to admit it, though. So,
Are you still upset about those brownies? Are you okay now?
I had one, and it gave me the shits.
Well, it was shit to eat. I mean, it was liquid chocolate.
She finished the brownies, by the way.
She did.
And every time she'd have one, like the next day, she goes, "Ooh, did it make you gassy?" I said, "Yeah, it made me gassy. That's why I only had one." But she couldn't resist because it was chocolate.
It was chocolate
and it's sober October, so we're off the booze, and she's looking for that supplement. Her body's like, "Give me sugar, give me carbs."
I haven't done it official, but I don't think I've had a wine or a beer or a cocktail in October. So I think I was with you guys in that.
I think you were.
Spirit of that. Although,
yes,
November 5th at Davidoff in Tampa, one of my favorite places, Avo Cigars is having an evening. Two Avo cigars and tequila taste. They're bringing in a tequila rep with Avo cigars.
Are they going to have the girls walking around? Would you like a shot? With you? Yeah.
Well, now I'm hoping they do. I didn't even think of that part, but I'd love that. But yeah, I'm going to go. You know, I'm going to go with is old Jim Sampson, who played Boris Middlefinger.
No, he wasn't Middlefinger.
Who was he? Was he Burt Johnson?
He was Burt Johnson.
Oh, okay. Well, he's going to go.
Because he's the one who said, "Hold on a second, Middlefinger."
Correct. Check that episode out, folks. That is called, what was that one called? What was that one called?
Notes, man.
That was Dumber Than Dicks.
Dumber Than Dicks. Oh, you pulled that one out. I was killing time with the sound effects.
Dumber Than Dicks.
I know you give me shit. He gives me shit about my sound effects.
No, you've made a living off it.
I made a living off of it, and I've been able to cover up when he has a brain fart.
Exactly. So yeah, I'll be going there with Burt Johnson, and it's $30. You get 2 Avo cigars. Right there's your deal. And tequila tasting.
Those are two $15 cigars.
Those are $15, and then the tequila tasting.
And I'm guessing there's going to be little hot chicks wearing skimpy outfits with masks on.
There'll be no masks.
No?
You don't have the pandemic.
Doesn't exist there, right? It doesn't exist in Florida?
No.
Wow, you guys are lucky.
They don't believe in it. So we'll see. I'll report back on the next.
What a dick state. That's why it's shaped that way, right?
On the next Talking Dicks, I'll report back. And by the way, sir.
Uh-oh.
Questions.
There we go. You know what time it is.
I do.
Everybody loves it. Everybody's favorite. What did Letterman say? Wake the kids, phone the neighbors.
Alert the media.
Yeah.
That was from author.
Yeah, you see, we're anyone new to this?
Yes.
Go to YouTube or our Facebook page, The Two Dicks. All the episodes are there. Check them out. We're the Talking Dicks here, but we're the Two Dicks web series. That's what you want to check out. And then come to this, and then you're caught up. But just to see this without that, you want to know what's happening. You'd wonder why, if you're watching a video, why are they wearing hats? What is this? You know, so these are official Two Dicks lids and mugs. Joe. Good.
Mary.
All right.
But before we get to the question, just so you know, the Two Dicks web series is a parody of 1950s politically incorrect detectives that are idiots, but you still love them.
You have to. They're adorable. Well, we have a question. This came on the Instagram page. Insta. We're at 2 Dicks 2 at the Instagram. Check us out there. This one writes, ever been to Texas? What's the best comedy club?
I performed a lot in Texas, but I was doing college circuits. I've always heard Hyenas was a good comedy club, but I've never been there. But there's that other one. What was it? That come on, throw the names out.
Well, I don't. I was there years ago. I would do a chain called Spellbinders, and I did that in Houston, Dallas, and another place. But 3 of them. You do 3 weeks, And this was back in the day where the middle act, I was the middle act, flew from New York to Houston, and I was given a rental car for the week. Given. Imagine a comedy club doing that.
I've experienced that a few times.
Yeah.
Either it's a rental car.
Days.
I've done the rental car, and I've done that's the comics car. And sometimes it was a van. Sometimes it was in pretty good shape. Sometimes it was beat up because it was the band's band, if they had bands there in the past, and now it's the comedian's van. It smelled like beer and piss.
But I haven't performed in Texas in 15 years or so I wouldn't know what the best comedy club is. I would say
they're all closing.
There's probably an improv there. I'm sure there's an improv.
Yeah. Also, the recent one that just closed its doors forever.
Right.
But I've been in San Antonio. We did the what is it called? The River.
The Riverview.
Riverview? No.
Wasn't Riverview or
River's Edge, Riverside, River? Come on, what is it?
No, it's Riverview. I was at Riverside last week in Vero Beach, but in Texas, it's near the Alamo.
Yeah.
The Riverview.
It's not the
Comedy
Riverview
Club or something.
No, it's not.
Well, it's close to that, and
it's in a mall.
Riverwalk.
The Riverwalk Comedy Club.
Thank you.
Yes. I've done that quite a few times. I actually like that one. And then they opened up LOL on the other side of San Antonio, and that was a nice club. That was like...
I don't get it. LOL? I don't get it.
Hey, by the way, movie star, the original James Bond, actually not the original James Bond, but Sean Connery. Was he the original, or did David Niven do his movie after Dr. No? I bet you Brian Freitz would know the answer to this.
I thought Niven was the Pink Panther.
Oh, am I mixing it? Wow. I got to go back to the home.
Niven was in the original Pink Panther. He was the Pink Panther, and then Clouseau had a small role in that. But Connery was the first Bond.
I think that David Niven played in the original Casino Royale, the first version. And David Niven
played
was
James Bond?
Yep.
I don't think that's...
Comment down below, everybody. I want to prove this fucker wrong because he's like got all these facts in his head, and then when I finally get one once in a blue moon, he doesn't give me. He's like, nah, no way, you're wrong 99% of the time. Why would you be right now?
I don't think that's correct. I don't think.
All right, are we gonna? Do you want to wager another stick?
David Niven was James Bond.
Played James Bond in one movie.
I think you're mistaken.
Want to bet a stick?
No, I already lost a
let's
35.
Let's bet a leaf by Oscar, a fine stick that he introduced me to.
All right. There you go.
So answer below, Brian Freitz. Give us all the deets. So Sean Connery passed away, 90 years old, and I actually did. I posted and I tweeted something. I made a joke. It was the planned words about I like my martinis like I like my women, shaken and not heard. And people are getting upset. I'm getting private messages. Because
really?
He just passed away. But then I put some clips of him at the Barbara Walters.
Who's getting upset?
People are getting upset. I'm not going to name names.
Get rid of these people who are upset. I'd block them and fuck off. Grow up.
It was actually just two.
Joke.
It was just two.
But joke, you dummy.
And some people are like, oh my God. If you look at the Barbara Walters interview, she calls him out on a quote that he made.
He likes to smack him around a bit.
Yeah. He quoted in a Playboy interview in 1965 that women should get a smack when they're out of hand, but not a closed fist and open hand.
No.
I'm paraphrasing.
Never closed fist, but, hey.
And she called him out on it, and he goes, I stand by my words, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing.
Good. Well, he was saying, read the goddamn brownie box next time and don't fucking rush. Don't half-ass it.
What I'm saying is, although I don't subscribe or prescribe, I don't subscribe to this ideal. Back when he...
Well, you understand it, though.
In 65, it was kind of, it was the peak of women's lib, or not the peak.
These were good times, man.
what I'm saying
These were
was
good times.
he said that then, which was pretty shocking to say at that point, and then to say it 20 years later on a television interview. Wow.
He's Sean Connery.
He's
Do what he wants.
I do what I want.
Watch.
You there, blow me. Dude, the funniest Sean Connery impressions are the SNL Jeopardy sketches with Will Ferrell as Alex Trebek. And is it Daryl Hammond who plays Connery?
It's good. Yeah, it's one trick pony. It's the same joke.
I know, but they hammer the joke over and over again.
They hammer the joke.
Well, the one where Tom Hanks is on it is very funny because they did the skit a few times. And they have Norm, what's his face, doing Burt Reynolds.
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
Tremendous.
Go check these all out.
Turd Ferguson.
Turd Ferguson.
Oh, it's the greatest. He does Burt Reynolds from Cannonball Run with the name Turd Ferguson.
Yes.
And he's got the big hat.
Chewing gum.
Trebek goes, why are you Turd Ferguson? He goes, yeah, Turd Ferguson. Funny name. I have a quick Turd Ferguson story for you. I was doing comedy somewhere, and it was right that time, and there was karaoke going on in a bar attached to the club. So I went in there with the other comics, and I signed up to do karaoke, but I signed up as Turd Ferguson. So the other comic, whoever it was, the DJ said there won't be enough time for everyone on the list. So the other comic went up to the DJ and gave him $10, and he goes, hey, you got to get my buddy Al on, because I kept telling everybody I have a great voice and I'm a brilliant singer. So he goes, you got to get my buddy Al on, and the guy goes, Al who? I don't have him on the. He's not on the list. He goes, yeah, he signed up 20 minutes ago. He goes, no, I got Ralph, I got Betty, and I got Turd Ferguson. That's it. Because it was so
no more.
It was so.
after Turd Ferguson, that's it.
It had just been the night before on SNL, or the week before,
right?
So nobody knew.
Oh, it takes a while for her to get into the pop culture.
So the other comic came over to me. He goes, you're not on the list. I go, what do you mean? He goes, I don't know. He goes, there's Betty, there's Ralph, and there's fucking Turd Ferguson. I'm like, yeah, I'm Turd Ferguson, asshole. I thought a comic would be on board.
Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, I'm Turd Ferguson, asshole. And we're out.
Subscribe.
Mary.
Go to patreon.com/forward2dicks.
If you shoot me, you won't see a cent of that money. Why?